5-2. 5-6. 5-12. 4-2. 4-6. 4-5. 4-treble. 3-6. 3-5. 3-4. 3-12. 2-5. 2-4. 2-3. 2-12.
Shortened version.
Shortened version.
Good.
I had a very itchy nose there.
We get scratched it off camera. Well, that sounded like, did that sound alright? I'll have a rest for that.
So tell us a little bit about this bell tower and the history of it.
Robert built it. I'm not that. No, the bells themselves, after the end of the First World War, the parish of St Nicholas, they wanted some way of remembering the fallen. And they had come up with lots of suggestions, either having, I don't know, a war memorial or something. But cut a long story short, they decided that they were going to order a set of bells. So a set of bells was ordered from Gillett & Johnson in London. And the tower, a new tower was built on the site which is now the vestry. I don't know if you go outside. This is the old tower here. This one here. But the bells were installed in 1920. So they rang from 1920 to about 1958. And the old tower structure became unstable. And it was decided that the bell ringing had to stop. The bells were taken out, the tower demolished, and the decision was made that they would construct this new modern campanile bell tower over the gate which dates from the 1800s, over the entrance of the church. The bells were then installed in the new tower, and they first started to ring again in 1962. So we've got 50 odd years here in this new tower. 60 years now. My mathematics is not as good as it was. So we've been ringing over. We had our centenary was in 2020, but unfortunately all celebrations were curtailed due to COVID, so we didn't have any celebrations as such. But we've been ringing 100 years here in Carrick, although we're not that old now. So there you go, that's a bit of the background of the tower here. And each bell up there was donated by a member of the parish, and some of the bells are inscribed by the people who donated them, and then Latin inscriptions and stuff.
Okay, and you're sort of the championships of campanologists, really, aren't you, as well?
Well, this year we are the first. Well, the Irish Association, which was formed in 1898, so it was 100 years old in 1998. The Irish Association is divided up into three sections, which is the Northern District, which includes all bell towers which are in Northern Ireland. We've got 17. The Eastern District, which is towers Dublin and down the east coast, down as far as Waterford. And then you have the Southern District, which stretches from Kilkenny across to Limerick, Cork, and Skibbereen and Roscarbery. So each district has their own championships, and the winners of that would go forward to it. It's called the Murphy Cup, which is the All Ireland, which dates from 1936, I think. Used to be the winners, it was only the winners of each set, so it was 3, but now depends on many. It's a bit like the Champions League. You can have 2 or 3 qualifying depending on many towers enter each competition. So Carrick here, first time we ever won the All Ireland was in 1966, and then we won it again in 70, 71, 73, and the last time was in 1978 until we won it this year. So we had a gap of 60 odd years without winning the All Ireland.
Okay.
So we won it this year.
And you see these small bells behind you, what are they used for?
The handbells, they can be used for also what they call ringing, change ringing, or you can play tunes on them, because there's the scale of 8 plus the sharps and flats, so you can play handbell ringing as in tunes and music. But in campanology terms, we don't play tunes as such, we ring mathematical sequences. That's what it is, change ringing. It's a bit like probability and weaving, and there's no tunes as such. You wouldn't recognise the tune. It's just mixing up the bells, one forward, one back. You only move one place at a time, so you can't go.
So you don't even need to be musical to do this?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly right. You don't have to be musical at all. As long as you can count to 1 to 8, count to 1 to 8, and have good hand-eye-ear coordination, that's all you need to be a bell ringer.
Excellent stuff.
That's it. No musical ability required.
I can see a future in this for somebody.
Oh, you can, yes.
Carl knows I'm not musical at all.
No, it's an interesting hobby because, as I said, no music is required. You don't have to know about anything about music to tell you the truth. But it's one of those things that when you start to learn to ring a bell, it's a big thrill once you can ring on your own and you ring with other people. So although it's an individual thing, but to ring like we did earlier on there, you're part of a team. And a team is only as good as its weakest link. So if one person makes a mistake, it upsets the whole rhythm of the piece. So the whole idea is you're responsible for yourself, but in doing that, you're also responsible for the team. That's it, basically.
Okay, and when you play, are these specifically for bells, or are they other songs and hymns that you're actually
No. As I said, we don't play music as such, which you can recognise as a tune.
Right.
They're numerical sequences.
But sometimes you hear a peal that does remind you of a song.
Well, you could, but you can't be. Well, you can have a company where you can play bells. You can ring all the bells yourself. But this mechanism here's theory is that. But you're limited to what music you can make because it's not like a piano. Here you only have the white notes as such.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a scale, there's no sharps or flats. So when you're going from 1 to 8, it's the scale of, you have the do. So when you're singing music, sometimes you can have a sharp or a flat in. Here you can't.
Okay.
You can't. So it's not music as like that. So you can't play tunes. You can play tunes that haven't got black notes in it or white. Okay. You see what I mean?
I'm with you. All right, great stuff. No more questions at the minute.
Good. We'll do some. I know we'll show you something else here. Because that bit we done there was what they call call changes. You heard me calling the bells to the different positions. Okay? Now we'll do another, we'll advance a wee bit, and this is what they call scientific change ringing, where it's different methods and you move hand stroke and backstroke, weaving in and out without being told what to do. I can show you that. Right.
What are you going to do?
We'll need you.
You don't need me.
No, okay. You've done your bit. You've done your bit. Right, we'll do bob doubles. Should have brought this. Should have brought your partner up there.
Oh no, she's away for a walk. She's far walking away there.
Okay.
So we're going to try and catch her.
Do that.
Right, you ring the treble. You're going to have the inside this time. You can ring it too. You can sign a wafer. Right, Justin. This is a wee sort of method. Yeah. Right, who's been in there? John, you're going to cover at the back. There's only going to be 6 of us.
I'm going to be
It's a different kind of thing.
Different
Might
kind
not
of
be seen if I sit down. Over there.
Over there.
You go over there, yeah. Just do a plain course.
I'll go there.
No. Well, if you want, you're fine. We'll just do a plain course to start with.
Okay.
And just this is called change ring in this bit here.
No, this.
Okay.
Everybody ready? Look 2, trouble's going and trouble's coming.
Go next time, plain bob doubles. I'll call a couple of balls. We'll call 60 changes here. I'll go out on 5. You take a 3, huh? I want to try the first 3 ball. My 60 things for the quarter peel that we're going to do, shall we?
Oh,
So on the 3, 4 up, you make thirds go back in. Is that right?
Yeah. Fourths.
Force them back in.
Make the ball when you make. Although nobody will be making, which what Sculling will do. I mean, we'll be making the ball all the time.
Alright, is it when the traveller's getting somebody's 4 balls behind?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
I almost had it there.
You there you have it. And then when the person you're over the 4 goes behind, you're looking for the first one you get after that will be the travel. Okay.
Everybody ready? Look 2, trouble's going and trouble's gone.
Go next time, all close. Alex, you're on right? Right to right. Stand. You were rolling out. Stephanie, you were rolling in.
Running.
You're fine. So, like, you running out, right? Run out the back, but when you come back again,
I did it again.
you're making seconds next. Right, okay. Try it again.
Everybody ready? Look 2, trouble's going and trouble's gone.
Go again, all close.
Something happening everywhere here, I think. I think Thomas wants to go up and fix all these bills.
So is that a special knot you actually tie in the
Well,
rope, is it?
It's a bell ringer. I don't know. Just to tidy up and keep the rope from.
No, so for safety, you know, you don't.
For safety.
You don't
And
have-
obviously we can't see the bells tonight because they're high in the bell tower, but what kind of money's on the bells? Because they're brass, aren't they?
I'm not sure what they're made out of.
Coppers of tin.
I don't know. I don't really know.
That's not a.
You can have steel bells which make it, but I think I'm not sure what they
That's
use.
what I'm made of.
Copper?
Metal, tin, copper.
Yeah. You can't have steel made out of steel. Some of them are stainless steel, but the modern type they have even more tinier sound than these here. So just the bells here, when you're ringing, I don't know, you have to imagine the bells are up here with their mouths facing the sky, and they're held in position by a piece of wood which is called a stay, one of these things here. So when you pull the bell off, this stay goes through 360 degrees. It goes round like this here, and then up the other side. It's to protect the bell mechanism. And then when you pull the backstroke down, it goes round the other way. And I'll show you this. The bells here, in this position here, they're quite dangerous for any known bell ringer. Because if you were to accidentally come in here and say you didn't know, and you lent on the rope, I've got the end of it. Because when I'm teaching somebody the first golden rule of bell ringing, there's two golden rules. One, you never let go of the end of this rope, ever. It never happens. And the second one is never look up, because you get disoriented. It's nice watching this wee Sally going up and down, but it's no use for you when you're trying to bell ring. So if I was to pull this up here and accidentally, that rope would the bell just come down. So that bell is coming down. Okay? Now if I hadn't got the end of that rope, that end of that would be flying around like a whip. Okay? I'll just bring it down. So the bell is now with its mouth down. Okay?
Okay.
And nothing can happen here. So if you come in here and you went, oh, that there, and you pull that, nothing will happen. It's safe. It's what they call it in the safe position.
Okay.
Now, if you'd done the same with one of the other ones now, that would be dangerous. And this rope would be whipping around, and then it gets really dangerous because you can hit somebody, catch other ropes, and it can be quite dangerous. And a rope like that there, you could go around your neck or arm, anything. So that was when you learn to ring bells, the first rule of bell ringing, never ever let go of the end of that rope.
So I don't think you need to be physically strong to do
No,
this.
no. You don't. All you just have to. So look, Thomas, he's 10, 11, and you can start a bell ring as long as you're tall enough. Even then, we made a wee box there. But some bells are heavier than others. Here's not too heavy. Our heaviest bell is 1,300 weight, because bells are always they're not in the old money. We're all we work in old. It's 1,300 weight, which is just over more than half a ton.
And the sound does carry quite a distance, doesn't it? Depend on the atmospheric conditions.
It does. Here in Carrick doesn't carry as far as probably it would have done in the old tower, because we're not too high, and some of the sound gets deadened out where the buildings are in the market square. But if you're a wee bit higher, because I think when the construction of the tower, they should have built it maybe a bit higher, but maybe it'd been look ungainly, because the old tower was quite tall, and the sound probably would have carried over Carrick. Although on a good day, you could probably hear it at the end of the Scotch Quarter, and possibly maybe.
Well, I live a mile away, and sometimes you can hear it.
Yeah, if
Sometimes you
the
can.
atmospheric conditions are good, probably carry a quite a bit. Now, I know Bangor, which is across the loch, they're heavier bells than this, but you can hear them ring on a good day.
Right, okay.
And across the loch. Here it just says, because we're low down, there's lots of buildings around here, maybe it doesn't carry as far as it should do. But here, that's just it. Now the bells are safe. So but I have to ring that back up again to get it in the ringing position. So what happens now? And just when it's at rest there, it's resting on that piece of wood that is the stay. This first stroke here, where you can see, is what we call the hand stroke. But when you're up here, if you look at this, Justin, you can also set it up here. Look in the back stroke. It stays up there because it's resting on the stay.
That's amazing. It's almost like a yo-yo in reverse, isn't it?
I suppose you could think about that. Now, the result is when you're learning bell ringing, you don't feel the weight. Once you get learned properly, you ring it to the balance point of the bell. If you go too far, this stay would hit. Our mechanism is a wee bit different anywhere else, but if you hit it too hard, that is a result of hitting it too hard.
Oh, I see a big crack in that.
Big crack. That's the stay. Now the stay, it's not really to protect you, it's to protect the bell. Because that cracks and then that would go right over. Then if it went right over, then you would have to let go. You couldn't hold it anyway.
The momentum.
The momentum would pull it right out of your hand.
Okay.
So now that's rested up there on that back stroke. And there you go. So these are all the bells now are in position to ring. A lot of towers, because you're isolated, doesn't really matter. Nobody's ever going to come up here. But in theory, after every practice night, that should really ring the bells down so that the bells are down to be safe.
So this tower actually looks. It doesn't move at all when the bells ring at all, because obviously I can see it's braced in every single
Oh, it's
corner
braced, yes.
with steel beams.
It is. Now, other bell towers, sometimes you can feel a bit of movement, depending how they hit, because a lot of bells, you feel a wee bit of a sway on some of them. Here, no, because actually the way this was built, I think it was really built to last. If all the outside walls was to fall off, the bells would still hang because they're hung in this steel frame. So you have the bells on the frame,
right. So
and the walls
they're
are
not actually supported by the walls.
No.
It's quite ingenious.
Yeah, so if the walls were to fall down, the bells would stay.
They're still there.
And it's very Germanic, this bell tower, almost, to my mind.
You think?
It is, because it's like almost like a porch gate to the churchyard, really, isn't it?
Well, it is. Suppose what you call the style was built in the. I'm not sure what style you would call this. It's a modern style. Well, it's the newest bell tower. It's a new tower, basically. It's 60s architecture. You've got a bit of funny church look style, but inside it's quite modern. Other older bell towers are not like this. They're not like this.
Well, I must admit, I've lived 50 years in Carrickfergus. Well, not quite 50 years, under 50 years, but it's the first time I've ever been inside here. Ever?
Yeah, but look, you won't be alone in that, because people in Carrick, so we love the sound of the bells, but we'd never cross their mind to come and have a look and see what it looks like.
No.
Most people will be frightened about it. Oh, it's nice. I wonder who rings them there, but yeah, that's about as far as it ever goes.
Lovely stuff.
So I said, if any of your listeners, viewers who want to have a crack at it, they're quite welcome to come here on the Tuesday night.
Okay.
They'll learn the ropes, as it were.
It's fascinating. And who did the design around the panel there? Who did
I have no idea. All I know, there was a couple of. I suppose to make it look a wee bit.
They're still there.
There is the actual templates are still in there.
Right.
I think that's a tulip and, well, obviously the fleur-de-lis.
And it's a certain kind of art that there as
It
well.
is, yes.
I can't remember which one it is.
No, we have the fleur-de-lis and I think that's a tulip. Well, a fleur-de-lis, you have a Prince of Wales feathers over you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's been there as far, well, since I ever learned the bell ring, it's been there. Yeah, it's always been that. And it's been, yeah, I think it's been there. It's probably there since the originally designed. Don't know who decided to put it like that.
This one, Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're still there. They just used the colour because it was always blue and white. I don't know why. The colours of Carrick are black and umber, black and gold. I don't know.
The Sallies used to be. They were Carrick's colour, weren't they?
Yeah,
Black and
had sort of black and tan or black and orange, or what they call like Carrick Rangers football kit.
some still there.
Yeah, I think there is some on there. But then we always had blue. I think when I learned, I had blue. You had blue when you were learning?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
About Carrick, I
Uh-huh.
don't remember that.
So there you go.
Will you record it, sir?
I'm going to run with this tonight in here, I think, because it's actually it's not bad. I'm listening to the year. It's very good. Very good. It's very interesting. I think a lot of people are surprised to know this exists in Carrickfergus. You know, how many sort of bell ringing organisations would there be in all of Britain and Ireland? Because I know there was one near me in Roos in England. You know,
England would be far short.
I think, just to give you an idea, in all of Ireland, there's only 35 bell towers.
right?
35. That's what we call full circle ringing like this. In England, over 4,000 alone. Yeah, probably have 35 towers in Norwich, just as good in Norwich. 35 towers probably within a 10-mile radius.
That's quite weird because if you ask the internet how many castles there are in Ireland, it says 30,000. You know, but that includes like a couple of Wallsteads,
Yes.
like Severick, upwards.
Well, bell towers that are capable of ringing, what we call full circle ringing, where you have to have people physically ringing like this. There's only, I think there's 35 or 36. That's it. Most of them are Church of Ireland. I think there's 2 or 3 Roman Catholic. Yeah. But here in Ireland, probably the oldest would probably, I'm not sure what one the oldest would be.
Australian?
No,
Church.
which church? Maybe St Patrick's.
Church is in Carrick.
Or St Patrick's in Dublin, maybe. Or possibly St Colum's Cathedral up in Londonderry. They would date from, they think they date from about 1600 odd.
They would do, but I must admit I haven't ever heard them ring ever.
They're quite nice. We were up there not that long ago, weren't we?
A couple of months ago.
And Limerick and St Mary's Cathedral in Limerick will be quite old. I think maybe they did even a bit older. Something never actually. It started me thinking I must go into that. I was to see which one is the oldest. And Kilkenny would be old because I know the bells in Kilkenny were destroyed when Oliver Cromwell was on his go. So they did quite a long time. It'll be interesting to find out. All I know is a Carrick, so we're 100 years. Yes, in Northern Ireland would be Londonderry would be the oldest, I think. So you should be able to tell me that.
Thomas knows most things.
He does. You have to find out what's the oldest set of bells in Ireland. Ringable ones.
Ringable.
They ring like us. I don't know. No, do. You say you're going to be on this. You're going early. many visits left. 1, 2, 3,
7.
7. What do you want to do now?
Hunt.
Do you want to do plain hunt?
Right.
Yeah. You have to do plain hunt 5 with the cover. Go ahead. You take whatever one you like. Do you want to ring a treble, John, for plain hunt?
I think in my
Oh,
I'll cover. You go in. Hold on, you might need me.
Christian, you can do piano first, aren't you?
Alex, you want to go ring the three?
You recorded.
No, doesn't matter. Here, it's practice now. You can make mistakes as well. Don't have to be perfect. That's what it's all about.
If you don't mind,
You're
Alex.
here to learn.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, they can't.
You're the three, Christine. So what's it? Evens in, odds out,
Okay.
odd bells out. Okay.
So
So your first one, you're
4,
4, 5,
5, 1,
2.
4,
And then you
5,
win.
maybe.
Yeah. You'll see. I'll tell you when the beat. You get lost. You know where you're going, John?
Yep.
Okay.
All ready? Trebles going. Trebles going.
Go next time, King Hook on 5. Seven. This is all. Go again, King Hook on 5. This is all. You want to get this in? Once you finish reading, it's a travel, there you. Go again. King Hook on 5. This is all. Starman's time.
Right, John, you're inside again.
Do we really want to do this?
Yeah, we'll try it. Right, Steph, you take the treble.
Lead first then.
If you take the two, you lead first.
Follow the bell, follow you.
Yes.
All the bells on.
Two.
So basically, it's the same thing as a treble. You just start at a different spot.
So lead.
Lead, and then well, if you're the 2, and it's evens in, odds out.
2, 4.
So who's the next one you're going to get?
4.
4, and then who's next?
2, 4, 5.
5,
3,
3, 4.
4, 5, 3.
There you go.
You're the 2.
I'm the 2, of
And
course.
you're the 2. Yes. Right, see how it is.
Okay. Look 2. Trouble's going, trouble's gone.
Go. King Hook on 5.
John?
This is all. You missed it, you're all right. So you got on the back. Go again, King Hook on 5. Treble 9, John. Don't forget to write the travel, John. Don't forget to write the
Horse
travel.
here,
And one more go. Go again, pin 105. Travel now. 4. Yes, it's all. Stop next time.
you better practice that one.
Yeah, you can't forget to write the travel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it'll go here. Then you come. How are you? Oh, time's going on.
TikTok.
We're approaching
Watching the witching hour.
the witching hour.
Do you have a time you need to cut off at?
Yeah, 9 o'clock we finish usually.
9 o'clock. It's like an airport then. You're not allowed to ring the bells.
Well, I wouldn't say that way.
Courtesy.
Courtesy. It's like,
Say there was something like World War III was to break out, would you have to ring the bells by law or anything like that?
well, I don't know. You'd wait for a director from the government.
Yes.
Right.
In fact, even during the Second World War, when the Second World War broke out, all bell ringing was stopped. There was no bell ringing allowed for a couple of years at the beginning of the war. And then the directive was that if there was an invasion by the Germans, that the bells were to ring as a warning. But after about 1941, when the fear of invasion was receding, then I think we were allowed to ring again. Because I think here in Carrick, they rang in 1943 for a bit of a celebration for the Battle of Britain, which was in September 1940. So a couple of years after that, they were ringing for the. So in that case, there we were allowed to ring again. So I don't think it would matter what's now World War III. Bell ringing wouldn't matter. I don't think they'll be all over the microsecond.
But the bells are used to signify national events, like
Yeah.
they encouraged all bell towers to ring for the coronation of the king, and we also all bell towers rang for the millennium.
Yes. If you remember back on the millennium morning, Carrick here, we were chosen as one of the, because there was 4 towers chosen from before England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales to ring on millennium morning, and the cameras were here. We were chosen for Northern Ireland. I don't know how that happened, but that's how it happened.
Best looking team.
We must have been the best. Yeah, if you want to see a photograph of Millennium Morning when we rang for the BBC, see if we can spot your mate in there.
Millennium morning. I don't recognise anybody there.
Carl's in there somewhere.
Are you, Carl?
Yeah. And I'm in there.
Well, this is a while ago, Justin.
Yeah, I'm in
This
there.
thing's going berserk, by the way. You do know that, don't you?
Go berserk.
It's got a life of its own. It's got a life of its own.
It's like a cat. It's like a dog.
What happened was I had locked on the people earlier, and when they left, it's still trying to find. It's still trying to find them. It's absolutely. It's beggar's belief. Which one are you?
That's me.
That's not you.
It is. And that's Robert.
What is that doing?
That's Robert.
Okay. How do you do?
It's
24 years ago.
Thomas, it is that much.
You haven't changed that much.
No.
Yes.
Actually, how many think about that?
4 years.
24 years ago. Nearly a quarter of a century.
Oh,
When you look at it like that.
Well, Well, how many years is it since we last won? 46? No,
Well, 78 till
46 years.
yeah, 46 years, isn't it? Or 56?
Come on,
46 years.
46 years.
So we last won the All Ireland Battering Championship
46
years ago, and this year.
And you were both of them?
I was.
So you don't look old enough, Car. You really don't.
You're both of them,
No, I was 70. I'd left. I was in
France.
I was in the
No,
in England. England that time. I was in the 1970, 71, 74.
Did you ring anyone at all?
No, I didn't.
No?
I'd given up belling for me.
How old are you start ringing them?
I think Dawn taught me, and I think I started about 77.
You started 77. Because I wasn't here. I left here in 75, 76.
77. Got Alan King and me.
Yes, you're now in case. Yeah.
I think same time.
I started here in 69. Christine about before.
Definitely.
You had a big
Been
gap.
away for a long
You had
time.
a big gap, yes, it did.
Did you ring bells in England or wherever you were overseas or anywhere like that? No.
We do now, but I lived in England, I didn't, because another bell ringing was down my list of priorities. Then I lived in France, and then there was no bell towers in France. When I came back home again,
Yes, no, bell towers in France.
no, not this time.
No.
So obviously, lots of churches would have bells, and you would hear bells being rung. But when Robert demonstrated the bell being hung with his mouth down, that's what you would need to hear. You just hear a bell like that, and somebody just pulling a rope just to strike off.
Constantly swinging back and forward, you know.
On the inside, just
Timothy Corden.
Fantastic. Well, I'll let you do your last piece here.
That's it, yeah, we'll see what
Is that what you call them, Pete's? Yes.
Well,
this is a Peter Bells.
yeah, Peter Bell.
When you play them, is it
No,
Carillion or
No, Carillion would be if you hung all of the bells mouth facing down.
Then you tie the ropes up to this thing here.
Small hammers can hit them and play tunes like that. One person could do that.
Yeah, you can play a tune if you wanted, but I love any tunes. I said, but
I remember doing it at Christmas time.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
I
play.
think you play the first of the bells about it.
Oh, and Major, probably.
I think they only use the white notes.
You can play Ode to Joy.
Yes, you can play that.
are you allowed to play Christmas music when it's not Christmas? But
No.
I think that's a sacrilege.
Was that Christmas?
What I was saying, Justin, here in bell ringing parlance, a peal is actually anything over 5,000 different changes. This is the mathematics. For example, you have 4 bells, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the maximum amount of sequences you could ring in 4? What you do is multiply 1 by 2 by 3 by 4. So 2 times 1 is 2, 3 2 is 6, 4 6 is 24. So the maximum different changes you can ring on 4 bells is 24. 24 different combinations.
It's getting better
You have 5 in, 4 by 4 by 4. No, 4 by 3 by 2 by 1. So 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 6 is 24. If you add another bell on, 24 times 5, 120. Add another bell on, 6, 720. Add another bell on, 7 bells gives you 5,040 changes. Now, in bell ringing terms, 5,040 changes is what we call a peal. So, and there's all different methods you can do, but you must do over 5,000 changes. A peal for that would be 3 hours approximately, non-stop. So you ring every single combination that is possible on 7 bells. It's called a peal. You can ring a peal on 6 bells, but you still have to, 6. So yeah, 720. So you'd have to do the maximum amount, probably about 4 or 5 times to get the 5,000. So it still works out at. But a peal in itself, 7 bells, 5,000 changes is a peal. Wow. And the actual thing itself they would call them a peal of bells. That's what the terminology is, a peal of bells. But when you get to what they call that sort of standard of ringing, there's thousands upon thousands of different methods that you can ring that people have invented over the years.
Okay, so there's a lot more to it than meets the eye, really.
There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. We here, and we would be scratching the surface, and we don't really know it. Well, we know some quite a bit of methods, but nothing in comparison to what you. There's nearly an infinite amount of bell ringing methods that's possible to ring. And you think, man, there's people who have rung over, I don't know, thousands of peals. Now, you imagine 3 hours at a time, much of their lives have they spent in the bell tower.
A long time indeed.
If you ring a pig or pig, is that recorded?
It is, yeah.
By the parish?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you have a thing on the website.
Yeah.
You have a peel. You have a peel board, bell board. No, it's all. So like, yeah, and who's run it and when. If you want to know, in the past, I'm not sure how it was done, but now it's all on the internet. You can go back there. You see, I ran a peel. I know when the Queen Mother died in 2001. If you go in, you can find it. Who was in your team at the time? It's weird.
When was the last peel was on here, Robert? Do you know?
Oh, last peel was on here. I'm not sure because sometimes you get them visiting bands. Although we're saying that.
Cumberland's game,
Yeah, but Cummins, they wouldn't have run a peel. If it was during the day, we wouldn't allow it. Wouldn't say we wouldn't allow it. It's just a respect for the shopkeepers and local traders. When you have 3 hours of non-stop, people say, what the heck's happening? What's going on here? So, quarter peel, 45 minutes to an hour, enough. But there might have been, it probably is, if I look through that, visitors book, you probably can find one. Here, you can look at it on camera. Right, we'll have one last go, the 7, and then that's it.
Where are you going, Thomas?
We will retire for refreshment. I have to go and pick my son-in-law up at the ferry.
Have you?
What time? 10 o'clock. 10 more. Time for one, yes. I can leave here at 22. 20 to 10. Want to ring? Do you want to ring the inside or want to ring at 10, Alex? I'll ring at 10. Give myself a...
Listen to her.
Yeah, leave it to you.
Do you want the 4?
You'll have to go down there. Or you want to ring this?
Well, you can leave the 7 out.
Well,
Yeah, you can stay. That'll be alright.
you think so?
No, it's okay.
Stop your camera. Can you stop it? Can you have a blurry image? It's so good. I'll ring out here.
There are 2.
Hold on, John, give me a chance. Come on.
Better.
Yep.
Someone's going.
6.